It's too much. No wonder your mind is in disarray when you're taking in that much irrelevant information constantly. Just relax. Where you are forced to engage in pointless and meaningless conversation, engage in gossip, office politics, all that kind of boring stuff. That's overwhelming. It takes its toll. People who love to share, in fact, they thrive on sharing bad news and telling you when someone's died or telling you when a natural disaster has occurred. Some people love that, but that, again, is overwhelming. This video is going to be all about overwhelm. I personally don't think that overwhelm is spoken about enough and how detrimental it is to our mental health and our ability to just get things done. When we are overwhelmed, our bodies and our minds are just so fixated on trying to figure out why we're overwhelmed and try and get us back to this balanced place where we feel a little bit more sane. And that means that the focus is completely shifted from our dreams and what we want to achieve in our lives. I just want to preface by saying that overwhelm is completely normal, and I feel like it's not a surprise that we are overwhelmed in the society and the day and age that we live in. We're living in this kind of really strange middle ground where technology and social media and everything like that, the world itself, is growing and expanding and becoming so overwhelming and fast-paced. Everything is instant, but our brains are not evolved yet to deal with all this information, to consume all this information that we're taking in. Our brains simply cannot process it all, which leads us to becoming overwhelmed. I genuinely don't think that generations before us would be this overwhelmed, but the good news is that this channel is all about hacking our minds bit by bit and tackling all of the issues and things that are holding us back from our manifestations and our dreams and our goals and becoming the best version of ourselves. I want you to see this channel as a toolkit or an instruction manual of how to navigate life. Now, I'm not a guru, like I don't know everything, I don't know the answer to everything, I can only give advice from my experience, but I feel like I've developed a lot of good techniques and tips and tricks to kind of deal with the things that I talk about in my videos, which is the things that happen in life that I know that everyone else goes through as well. So yeah, sharing is caring. So yeah, this video is completely jam-packed with information, so I'm gonna kind of make it as digestible as possible, and I'm gonna add chapters into it so that you can kind of use it as a visual book with a contents page, and you can just click on the bits that you wanna watch, because the last thing I want to do is overwhelm you guys even more by giving you all this information, because I know it's a lot, but I just wanted to cram it all in, and I just felt like I needed to get it all in this video. I am a Gemini, so my natural state is essentially constant overwhelm. So let that sink in, just let that digest a little bit, and let it give you comfort to know that if I can get through overwhelm and soothe overwhelm, then you can as well. The first step is to uncovering the reasons and the causes for our overwhelm. That is literally the first step in tackling it. It's the same thing with everything, but yes. You watch too much TikTok. You are literally scrolling through mindlessly on TikTok and consuming so much information, and it's just a lot. It's too much. Excuse me. It's too much. No wonder your mind is in disarray when you're taking in that much irrelevant information constantly. Just relax. Secondly, you may work in an office where you are forced to engage in pointless and meaningless conversation, engage in gossip, office politics, all that kind of boring stuff. That's overwhelming. It takes its toll. Thirdly, you might work or live in an environment with people who love to share. In fact, they thrive on sharing bad news and telling you when someone's died or telling you when a natural disaster has occurred. Some people love that. But that, again, is overwhelming. And a fourth reason you're probably overwhelmed is probably because your conscious mind and society is telling you that you need to be really productive, whereas your subconscious mind and your soul is telling you that you need to rest, and therefore you have inner turmoil. You have inner conflict in your body, and that is not good. There's basically a roadmap of overwhelm. It starts off where you have so many ideas and so many projects that you want to start, but then you don't know where to begin. So then because you don't know where to begin, you don't start, you will procrastinate and do all the pointless things that don't really need doing. Or if you're like me, you will literally go numb and you will lay on your bed like a sack of spuds and do nothing and feel really numb. And then the next thing you know, 5 years has passed, you're still in the same situation with the same people, complaining about the same things, and you've not reached your goals. Hello, I feel like I'm a proper YouTuber now because I'm doing this. Basically, one of the clips there was complications with one of the clips and it missed out about 3 or 4 of my important points at the beginning. So yeah, I'm just going to run through them here because I thought I don't want to upload this video half-hearted. I want everything in there. So yeah, you thought you escaped me looking unhinged, like I have done in my past few videos, but you can't escape, I'm afraid. It's happening. Right, I've got my notes up because otherwise I'm going to forget. But, so, okay, the first point that I said when you're feeling overwhelmed to do is to literally do nothing. Now, I know it might seem counterintuitive or counterproductive to do nothing, but it's not. We don't realise that when we're overwhelmed, or maybe we do realise, I don't know. But when we're overwhelmed, we are literally getting a signal from our body to tell us that we are tired and that we need to rest. So if we don't listen to that, our body is just going to force us into that anyway, which is like what I said before in the little roadmap bit. So yeah, it's not the same as the destructive like numbness and doing nothingness. It's different because you're choosing to do nothing and you're giving yourself the rest because your brain probably needs it. Your mind and your body and your soul probably needs it. So yeah, just take the pressure off completely and you'll probably feel so much better for that, just to allow yourself to do nothing. The second point that I made was to simplify your daily tasks. So making things easier where you can. A lot of the time we put a lot of effort and a lot of focus into things that really don't matter that much. Why are we thinking so much about what we're going to wear in the morning when we're not getting paid to do that? Like, we're not a fashion guru person. We don't need to be doing all that. So I feel like, for example, with the choosing what to wear in the morning, that is exhausting. If you're thinking about that every morning thinking, oh my god, what am I going to wear, you're going to be stressing yourself out on a subconscious level. You're going to be making yourself tired, and then that leads to overwhelm. So to reduce that, give yourself a uniform. Allow yourself to literally just wear the same kind of thing day in, day out, even if that's just the weekdays, and then you can play around on the weekend if you do like fashion. But yeah, don't put too much thought into what you're wearing. And equally, another example could be food. Don't put too much stress into what you're eating. If you're putting too much focus on what you're eating and what you're going to eat in a day, I feel like that can really lead to decision fatigue, and it's just exhausting. Like, you just don't need that stress in your life. So I feel like that is one thing that you could do, a couple of examples that you could do to kind of reduce overwhelm. Oh my god, I look crazy. Anyway, another point that I said was to create a list of your back of mind tasks. So you know those things that you know that you need to do, but it's not imminent, it's not urgent, but you know that if you did them you would probably feel a little bit better. A lot of the time they are literally just circling around in our brains, and we know that we have to do them and they're at the back of our mind, and then that's stressing us out and it's taking up storage. If we think of our mind as a MacBook, for example, MacBooks have amazing emotional regulation. They will tell you straight away when they have not got enough storage, when they do not have the capacity to hold all of your footage and all of your documents or whatever, and then they stop you from editing a YouTube video. They will say no. They have boundaries. So be like a MacBook and write down all these things. So whether it be, I don't know, whether it be like, get my necklace fixed, clean under my bed, get my watch extended, get a sun visor for my car, etc. Things like that. Just write them all down on a list, and then it's like, it's quite, is it the word cathartic? I don't know. It's quite nice though to see a list of all the things that you could do, that you know that if you did all of these jobs, and they're probably quite easy jobs, but if you did them, you would feel so much better, you would feel so much lighter and just great. And I think the last point that I didn't say was eliminate physical clutter as well as mental clutter. So whether that be a quick 10-minute tidy round every single morning, I feel like that's the most achievable or attainable thing to do, rather than saying like, yep, I'm going to deep clean my bedroom and then I'm going to do this, that and the other. Just dedicate 10 minutes every day to cleaning up your bedroom and putting away all your washing when it's cleaned and dry, doing all these things. I feel like I've said this in a video before, but if your environment and your surroundings are clear, it gives your head more clarity. It allows your brain to focus on important things rather than focusing on the fact that, oh my god, there is like a pile of washing over there on that chair and it's really stressing me out. Like, you're not thinking about that. You're just thinking about the important things that you need to do, such as uploading this YouTube video. So yeah, if the formula, shall we say, is that your environment represents your mental state directly, which is often why when we're depressed, we find ourselves just festering in a depression cesspit. To reverse engineer that, we would make sure that we keep on top of our surroundings, being tidy. If we just do 10 minutes every day, that's all we need. And that, honestly, 10 minutes, you can do so much in 10 minutes. If you just set a timer on your phone, 10 minutes, go, 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 bish, bash, bosh. Okay, I think that was everything. You don't have to deal with me looking like this anymore. I'm gonna go get ready for the day. Goodbye. Next point is to cut out stimulus, whether that be social media, music, talking to people, everything. Just cut it out. Eliminate the noise. Be in silence for a little while, because I don't know, sometimes we just take in so much media constantly and so much sound, and it can be so overwhelming without us even realizing it. I used to be the type of person who I would just need music on all the time. I'd need to always be listening to music, and I never understood when my friend said to me that she doesn't listen to music in the car or after work because she feels overwhelmed or whatever. And I always used to think, like, what? How do you not listen to music? But God, let me tell you, sometimes it's just necessary. Sometimes, like, I really just can't be listening to anything. Like, I need to just be still. I need to just be silent and just... Next point is to know when your social battery is depleted or depleting. You just don't have that ability to speak to anyone anymore. I know for me, I can just talk and talk and talk. I can literally talk until my mouth fell off. Not that that would happen, but you know what I mean. I can talk so much, and I find sometimes that it's to my detriment, because I'll just be talking, and sometimes I end up talking just for the reason of talking, and I just feel really like, oh, you know, when you just kind of like overshare. I feel like when you're overstimulated and overwhelmed, you are more likely to overshare and then come back and feel like, oh my god, why did I say that? I really did not need to say all that, but it happens, it's fine. Next point is to have a consistent daily routine or practice, preferably in the morning, because I feel like in the morning that really like sets you up for your day. Oh my god, this one point has really shifted everything in my life. It's really shifted my mood, everything. Just having that time in the morning. I wake up at 5 a.m. I have a 5 o'clock morning routine, and just having that time to myself in the morning to gather my thoughts and do a bit of yoga, do a bit of meditation. Oh, it's the best thing ever. And I was really lacking that last year. I didn't have any kind of structure last year. I was just kind of living life and enjoying life, which was good. We need to do that, but I literally had no balance. I used to be very all or nothing. The next way to deal with overwhelm is to journal. Journaling is so beneficial. I love journaling. I feel like it really just allows me to arrange my thoughts and just makes me feel so much better to journal and get everything that I've been carrying on my shoulders on that day or the week, just get it off my chest, and I just feel so much better for journaling. If you want a video on journaling and how I journal, I will be happy to do that for you, because I feel like, I don't want to call myself a pro. I'm probably not a pro, to be honest. Like, I literally just go with what feels right for me in that moment. But, I love to journal. And I feel like when you journal, it really kind of just allows you to put things into perspective. The next point is to know what needs to be done. Now, this is a game changer. This completely changes up the game in terms of not feeling overwhelmed. Now, this... I'm gonna sneeze. Bless me. This journal, this is my old one. Look at my new one. This is my new one. Oh, I'm in love. I'm in love. So this is my old one. I've literally filled this. I didn't use this one like properly, like to the best of its ability, but it's just amazing. It's so good. So nice. It's from Amazon. So it's got like your weeks, your months, This is an example of my month so far. And this is like a month just gone, my old one. And then it's got like a part for goal setting in the front. It's got like a vision planning, vision boarding, all that kind of stuff. It's just amazing. But anyway, moral of the story was to get a calendar which has a week to view and a month to view, like this. Undated, which is amazing. Just having a month to view and then seeing it on a double page spread like this, everything that you've got to do in the month, just put in your key dates or like key deadlines or whatever, and it makes me feel so happy. And I know that people use Google Calendar, that's an option as well, but I am a pen and paper girly. I just love, like, how nice is this? This is just beautiful and it feels so soft, so luxurious, and I love it so much. Another fun tip is, I actually saw this on a YouTube video from, I think she's called Tam Mai, I'm not too sure. She lives in New York and she's so pretty, she's beautiful, and she's so wise. I just love her. But she says that when she's feeling overwhelmed or anxious even, she will just take a moment to acknowledge the present moment, and she will do this by literally naming things that are in front of her and saying what they are out loud, because it really grounds her back to the present moment. So I would say like Thai sriracha mayo, Alison Scott bath oil, journal, or even saying this is sriracha mayo, this is a pen, this is a journal. I don't know, I thought that was a really cute, fun little thing. To be honest, I don't actually do that, but I can see how that would help. The last point that I put is that diet is so important. I feel like I would link this back to everything because it is so important, but I know that's probably boring to hear. But I think if you are drinking loads of coffee and having loads of caffeine on the daily, a lot of processed sugar, you're going to be feeling all pent up and you're going to be feeling all like you've got too much energy. Now that is me today because I've eaten 2 chocolate cookies today. It's my luteal phase. I'm just honouring that. We don't judge, we accept, and we move on. But yeah, maybe just like reducing the caffeine, swapping out coffee for tea, like just doing it in little baby steps. You could swap out the coffee for like a green tea, and then you could move down to like herbal tea, and then you could just have herbal tea. Herbal tea is fine. There's like no caffeine in herbal tea. At the minute, I love peppermint and chamomile. It's great. And even just water's great. And if you're like me and you've got a sweet tooth and you feel like you need something sweet after like your lunch or whatever, instead of reaching for like a cookie like I've done today twice, I love the little individually wrapped dark chocolate bars from Aldi. Because they're individually wrapped, I only eat one and it's all portioned and I don't need to touch the rest. Whereas if it was a whole bar, that would then bring out a side of me that I don't want to bring out. I would eat the whole thing. So yeah, I find that dark chocolate like that doesn't send me rabid, whereas milk chocolate literally sends me on a spiral of overwhelm. And so that is my overall rundown of overwhelm and how I deal with feelings of overwhelm. I feel like my video is always so messy. I'm just trying to find my style, and I'm just kind of having fun at the minute and playing around with angles and all that kind of stuff. So please bear with me. I hope this video offered some insight for you guys and helped you in some kind of way. Like I say, I'm going to make it more digestible and I'm going to put like chapters in the video so you can just kind of like skip the babble because I know I babble and I know not everyone wants to listen to that. But yeah, this was just to inspire you guys to have basically a mental spring clean in time for the upcoming spring, which is upon us soon, even though I think it's meant to snow next week. Which, like, what is that? It's March. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and tuning in. If you enjoyed, please subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. And I just wanted to say as well, I feel so chuffed that I've even got 3 subscribers. I know it's like a really small number for some, but like for me, each time like I get a new subscriber, I'm like, it gives me butterflies. So I just wanted you to know, if you are one of those subscribers, that it means so much to me. Like, I've not even done anything yet to kind of promote my channel. Like at the minute I'm just kind of churning out content to play around and see what fits and how I feel comfortable on camera, and I'm kind of like building like a little portfolio. But yeah, it means the absolute world to me that I've got 3 subscribers. Like, it's just amazing. It makes me feel so happy, like little micro wins. Anyway, if you're still feeling overwhelmed, just relax. Everything's okay. It's perfectly normal. We all feel this way. But I feel like if you implement some of the things that I've spoken about in this video, these things really, really help me. And I'm a very overwhelmed and overstimulated girl. I can get very, I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, I think I kind of like this angle. I feel like it's quite cozy. I might like sort out my background and stuff. Like I've not even really thought much about the background. Quite like this angle, so I feel like I should have stuck with this from the beginning, but can't refilm it because I need to get ready. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Please subscribe, like and comment. I really want to get speaking to you guys and build a community of amazing, beautiful souls who want to just become the best version of themselves. Okay, I'm talking so much now. I'll see you in my next video.